Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ecolinguist live show. This is the show for all the language geeks and nerds who are not having anything better to do tonight and they just want to watch us, which means me and you guys who are going to be calling in, take part in fascinating language challenges, mostly based on the mutual intelligibility. But who knows what else is going to happen? Because it's live. This is a stream that is happening live, and audience participation is very welcome. So hopefully you hear me well and all, because I see that there are some possible issues. Oh, possible audio feedback. That should be fine. So if you're new to the show, and you would like to know more about what we do here, you could just wait a little bit and see, because I already have some callers calling in, so that's great. So we definitely going to have some challenges in Germanic, in one of the Germanic languages, because you also need to know that since on this channel we mostly focus on Germanic, Slavic, and Romance languages. Recently, we started introducing some Baltic languages and Finnish and Estonian. So we're still expanding on that. But basically, those languages are the main focus of the channel at the moment. And we mostly do challenges about them. I have some pre-recorded challenges. I have a list, actually, that used to live here, and now oh no, it's here. I have the list of challenges that I've prepared, because I prepared them weekly for the show. That's why if you want to see more shows like that and you want me to keep working on this, there are ways to support the show. Let me just take you there. You can find the ways how to support the show on my website, ecolinguist.com. You can go there, and there are ways to support the show. You could become a Patreon, you could become a channel member, you could just donate some money to keep the show growing and developing. You could also submit your language challenges, or you could also book a Polish class with me. That also helps the show. And this is also a good place for you if you never done something like that before, or maybe you've never came up with a language challenge that we cover on the channel on your own. You just go to submit your challenge, and you will find all the necessary guidelines and steps that will guide you through the process of crafting a great challenge. We actually covered that in more detail during the last stream. So if you would like to submit a challenge, create your own challenge, and you still don't know how to do it, you can go back to my previous stream, which is the episode number 6, I believe, and I did the timestamps. So that live stream was divided into chapters, so it's going to be very easy for you to find the instructions on how to craft a good language challenge that is welcome here. But most of the callers that call in, they usually just participate in the challenges, but you're also very welcome to bring your own challenge to the table. We did that last week with the Latin challenge, thanks to Wayne. So that happens. That also happens. And today I also promised you that I would be showing you a different kind of challenge that we didn't have time to cover last time, because many of you try to adapt words into the challenge format that we mostly cover on the show, and it doesn't really work. So words that are very particular or very culture specific, they wouldn't work in a mutual intelligibility language challenge, just because it's too specific. It requires too specific knowledge from the guesser, and we cannot ask that. We just need to focus on generic knowledge, some universal concepts that a person that have never studied your language can actually figure out based on simple clues. But those words that you were suggesting are very interesting, and the way we could work with them is just presenting the word and trying to figure out its meaning in a fun and engaging way. And I want to do that today through a poll. So I'm going to start a poll. Okay. It's going to take me a second to kind of copy everything over, because that's how YouTube polls work. Live streaming is not always easy. There is a lot of technical things to figure out. I'm actually using an external software, so I'm not streaming directly from YouTube's platform. I have a software that allows me to do all kinds of things, like playing sounds like this, and displaying all the stuff like that, the counter at the beginning. So I really love that, but it's not really optimized for creating polls, so I have to do it manually real quick, and I just didn't have time to do it during the countdown. It's not OBS, Glenn. It's Ecam Live, actually. It's a software for Mac. I tried OBS, but OBS was just too difficult for me to figure out, and I want to prioritize the show, and I want the experience to be as smooth as possible. And with OBS, unfortunately, unless you have been streaming on OBS for a long time, it's very difficult to figure out. And there is always when you're streaming, there is always going to be some problems, and you will have to troubleshoot. And with OBS, it would be impossible for me. But yes, so. Oh, I see. So I have created a poll, but apparently it's just too long. Okay, no worries, we can fix it. That's a bummer. It's a bummer. But we are almost there. Yes, I got it. Sorry, guys, I kept you waiting. So I'm going to start the poll. Hopefully you're going to get it. So you should have gotten it in the chat. Hopefully you're able to see it. However, what we want to see is the full answers to the questions. So let me just ask you that question again. Basically, today we're going to be focusing on a Polish word. I would like you guys to try to decipher what Polish word grzegżółka means, basically. Let me just move it like this. So, is it a traditional Polish dance performed during festivals? That's the first answer. The second answer, a type of hearty Polish soup typically served in winter. The third answer, a small decorative handcrafted doll popular in Polish folklore. And the fourth, a bird known for its distinctive call and for laying its eggs in the nests of other bird species. So you have the long answers displayed on the screen. Unfortunately, the poll itself didn't allow me to put the longer answers in there. So I'm going to keep it on the screen for a little bit, give you some time to kind of decipher what the word grzegżółka means. And this is not supposed to be about getting it right or wrong. It's more about what does it sound like to you. It's more of a it's a little bit of an experiment on the perception of the language that you haven't studied before. Obviously, you probably know what that means if you speak Polish. If you're a native speaker, though, because this is not a very common Polish word. So if you're a Polish learner, you probably have not been studying it. And you have not seen it anywhere or studied it. Let's see. So meanwhile, when this is displayed and you kind of think about what to vote for, let me see. Because at the moment, I see that not many people voted yet. So there are questions here. From Stephen. There's a question from Steven. Can we do something new? Language is not Romance or Germanic and Slavic. I'm not sure if you mean what you mean. Do you mean introducing new languages on the Ecolinguist channel or during the stream? Because during the stream it will be difficult, just because it's all up to you guys. Whoever is going to call in and deliver their challenge, that's going to be the language of the show. So because my channel mostly focuses on those 3 big language families, most of you guys are going to be speaking those languages. So it's difficult to break through into other language families. We're trying to do that with the Baltic languages. We're trying to do that with Finnish and Estonian. But I think I've seen one Finnish person saying hello. I think so. Terve, that's the one Finnish word I know. I think there was one. Oh yeah. So handmade. I can't see the 4th answer completely. I don't see the rest of the sentence regarding the eggs. So that's the problem. In the poll, I tried to copy it into the stream, and it was too long. The YouTube poll system during live streams cannot handle this much text. That's why I displayed it on the screen, so you can have the full answer. Thank you for the super chat, Salim. I think we gotta do an Arabic Maltese face-off. Arabic and Maltese. Possibly. That's definitely, Arabic is a very good candidate as a language for this sort of mutual intelligibility challenges, because there is so many varieties of that language, quite distinct in pronunciation. So that would be a good introduction. Maybe one day it will happen, depends on the volunteers. I heard something. I've heard like a nice sound effect, but I'm not sure what that was. Turkic languages would be nice. Yes, I think Turkic languages would be very good for this as well, for this format. Maybe Malaysian and Indonesian, that would be also a good pair. Can you understand Old Church Slavonic language video? That's also a good idea, Stephen. If you know someone, if you know an expert who can speak that language, you can send him my contact details, which is just the YouTube channel, or you can send them to me. Send their contact details to me. Maybe they're doing something on YouTube or other social media. So yes, let me see. Do you guys have you guys all voted in the poll? This is the question. Let me see. So we're going to keep the poll open for a little bit longer, just so when new people arrive, but it's not fully visible. Okay, so I think we're going to finish this mini challenge right now, just as an introduction And I just wanted to present to you the format that we could do with words that don't necessarily fit into the mutual intelligibility format. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what you think grzegżółka means in Polish. So I'm going to end the poll right now. Okay. All right, so I'm going to present the results to you guys. It's not the most convenient. For the next time, I will definitely find a better technical solution. So here we've got the results, the results of the poll. So what does grzegżółka mean in Polish? Majority of people said that it's a bird known for its distinctive call and for laying its eggs in the nests of other bird species, 45%. The next one was 23% of you guys think that this is a small decorative handcrafted doll popular in Polish folklore. 21% thinks that it's a type of hearty Polish soup typically served in winter. And only 9% of you guys thinks that it's a traditional Polish dance performed during festivals. So, guess what, you guys? You are correct. It was supposed to be this. You are correct. So grzegżółka is a cuckoo bird in English. It's another word for that animal, because we also have the word kukułka, but grzegżółka is kind of a synonym. It's a more regional term. I think it has its origin from the Lithuanian language. It might sound similar in Lithuanian, but I'm not sure how to pronounce that in Lithuanian. So if there are any Lithuanians there, please comment about it. So yes, so this is pretty good. A small decorative handcrafted doll. It sounds really cute, sounds really nice, but it's not. I don't think we have anything like that in Polish folklore, but that's great. We can do more of these kind of mini challenges in the future. I will try to find a better technical solution for that so it looks nicer on the screen. Cook in German, okay. Kukaczka in Czech, that's nice. In Italian it's cuckoo. Cuco en español. In Upper Sorbian it's kokula. Grzegżółka, yeah. Kokuk in Hungarian. Kółko in Portuguese, I think. Okay. Yes, so you see, grzegżółka. Yeah, Glenn says that grzegżółka seems like a thing because of the root łka. That's interesting. Are you learning Polish, Glenn? Is that where it's coming from? Okay, and by the way, 51 people voted, so I think it was just about the number of people that we had on the stream at the time. So that was fun. That is definitely a good exercise. I will keep working with this. But now I'm going to start picking up the calls. Let's see who we've got here. Okay, we've got Christopher. That I haven't talked to Christopher, I think, last week, so we could bring him on. Christopher, you're going to appear on the screen just about now. Let me just fix this. No, not like this. I'm Christopher. Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back to the show, Christopher. How are
Thank
you
you.
doing? So, you are from Norway, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You are from Norway. Tell us something about your progress with the languages you've been studying.
Yeah,
Have you
so
made
I
any progress
recent
since the last time we spoke?
so I recently started with Dutch. So I had my first italki lesson on Monday with my Dutch teacher. So that was quite fun to see how much I already knew because I had only done it for a month or so on Duolingo, but because Norwegian and Dutch is so similar, and because I also already know German, it was quite easy to pick it up.
Okay, so how did that first lesson go? Did you was it like conversation class or you just went through the basics?
No, it was my first class. So it was like an introduction. So we just spoke about my motivation and my goals for Dutch, and then we did a little text just to get to know my level, and
A
then the
little
text.
test.
Yeah. So he gave me a text, and I was supposed to read it. And since I understood around 80-90% of it, we determined that level was a bit too low. So for the next lesson, we will have the level a bit higher.
Okay, that's good. That's great. Yeah, so you need to keep us posted about your progress in with Dutch. But for today, would you like to take part in some challenges, or maybe you have prepared some challenges?
Yeah, I actually submitted a challenge to you a week ago or something.
Yes, I actually saw that. I was about to mention that, but this one I will keep for the time when you are not here.
Okay.
Then we can use that one for it. Yeah. So, what would you like to take a challenge in one of the Germanic languages, for example? I have some challenges in Dutch since you just started learning. Maybe that would be uh, a good challenge for you.
Yeah, we can
Uh,
try.
yeah, so let's do that then. Let's do the Dutch challenge for you. It's going to be challenge number 3. You should be able to hear it now.
Wat is het? Het is een kledingstuk. Het wordt gedragen op het onderste deel van het lichaam. Het heeft 2 afzonderlijke openingen voor elk been. Het kan van verschillende materialen zijn gemaakt, zoals katoen of denim. Het wordt vaak gedragen met een shirt of blouse.
So you think you're ready to make a guess, or you'd like to listen to it again? Maybe see
Yeah,
the text.
could I listen to it again, please?
Okay, let's listen to it again.
Wat is het? Het is een kledingstuk. Het wordt gedragen op het onderste deel van het lichaam. Het heeft 2 afzonderlijke openingen voor elk been. Het kan van verschillende materialen zijn gemaakt, zoals katoen of denim. Het wordt vaak gedragen met een shirt of blouse.
Okay, so it's definitely a garment. It's something you wear. I got that, and it's often made out of cotton or denim, and it's usually you wear it in on your inner body. I understood, but there was something else I didn't quite catch. So I think it's maybe a t-shirt or a boxer shorts. I'm not so sure.
Okay, so let's have a look at the text now. Okay. Let me just bring it up. Let's have a look at the text now. That's the text. Let me play it again also.
Wat is het? Het is een kledingstuk. Het wordt gedragen op het onderste deel van het lichaam. Het heeft 2 afzonderlijke openingen voor elk been. Het kan van verschillende materialen zijn gemaakt, zoals katoen of denim. Het wordt vaak gedragen met een shirt of blouse.
Yeah, now I got it. Now I got it because I didn't quite catch for elk ben and afzonderlijke, but now I think I have it.
So what do you think it is?
I think it's shorts.
Yes. Shorts, well.
Yeah, that not boxer shorts, but shorts you wear on the outside.
It's not quite shorts. Why do you think it's shorts?
Oh no. Oh, I just assumed because I saw a ben, which is ben also in Norwegian, and two openings, and it's often worn with a shirt or a blouse. I thought you can wear shorts with a shirt, or no, I think I thought it said t-shirt. Ah, no, it's just shirt. Yes, I thought it said t-shirt.
So it's not that. You're very close. So I'm going to play the answer, and let's see if you're going to be able to correct yourself.
Het woord is broek.
One more time.
Het woord is broek.
Pants.
Pants, or basically trousers in British English.
Yeah, of course. I see it now.
Does it make sense now?
Yeah, it does.
Would you be able to translate that into Norwegian?
Yeah, I could into standard Norwegian or into my dialect.
Into your dialect. Remind us what your dialect is.
It's called Jærsk. It's from the southwestern part of Norway, and not far from Stavanger. That's the biggest city.
Southwestern. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Så hva er dette? Det er et klesplagg. Det blir brukt på den nederste delen av kroppen. Det har 2, and I don't know what avsonderlik means.
Sonderlik, let me... lower part of the body. It's worn.
So
it has 2 separate openings for each leg.
Ja, så det har... Ok, så det har 2 separate åpninger for hvert bein.
Åpninger.
Ja, åpninger. Så det kan bli lagt av forskjellige materialer, som bomull eller denim, eller dongeri. Det blir ofte brukt med en skjorte eller en bluse, og ordet er buksa.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I can hear similarities there. You said something about dongeri?
Ja, dongeri, denim.
Which is a kind of material, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in English you have dungarees, which are the like overalls, like the kind of outfit you would wear for doing a garden work in the garden. So okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a type of pants in Norwegian. Dongeribukser. That's denim pants like Levi's.
Okay, that's good. So that was a good challenge for you, Christopher. You know it's always a problem when you're learning a language that is very similar to your native
Yeah.
language. Some of it is very easy, but actually, if you want to learn how to speak it, there is so much interference from your native language. You know, so
Yeah, really.
understanding is always much easier than speaking.
Yeah, and especially with my knowledge of German, it can even be even more confusing because German and Dutch are so similar in some words, but they mean totally different things.
Okay, good. So you know what? We could do one more challenge because I see there is a Rayleigh calling in, and I know that she's learning Norwegian. So I thought that maybe we could give her a chance to practice her Norwegian with you a little bit.
Yeah.
And we could go about it in two ways. Like you could either come up with a challenge for her and just describe a word for her, or she could describe a word to you to see if she can do it. So let me just add her in. So Rayleigh, I'm going to add you in a second into the screen. You're going to be on the screen in a second. Let me just make sure everything is clear here. One second. Yes. So Rayleigh, if you could just push your camera a bit backwards, that would be helpful. A little bit more. I think that's enough. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put you on the screen now. Hello, Rayleigh. You are live.
Hi.
Hello. So Rayleigh, how are you doing? Answer to us in Norwegian.
Jeg har det fint, takk.
Oh, great. So we've got Christopher here with us, who is a Norwegian speaker. And I thought that since you're learning Norwegian, maybe we could improvise some challenges for you. And there are two options. You know, Christopher could describe a word for you in Norwegian, and you could just try to ask some questions and try to figure out what he's talking about. Or you could describe a word yourself to him without mentioning the word. You would describe that word to Christopher and see if he's able to figure out what you're trying to say, what you're trying to convey.
I don't have a word prepared, so I think maybe he has one. I don't know.
Yeah. I could. I have a word on my mind.
Okay. Okay, guys. So if you have a word in your mind, so let's just think about how this challenge is going to go. So basically, first, Christopher, you just give a couple of hints, and then Rayleigh, you can ask questions, clarifying questions. You can ask him to repeat. You can ask him to say it in another way. You can ask him to. You can ask him open-ended questions to try to get to that word, but obviously you have to do it in Norwegian. That's going to be the challenge. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So just let me.
By the way, before I start, I want to say I actually recognize Christopher. We were in a VC together one time.
Okay. On Discord.
Yeah, we were on the we were on the Germanic Stage channel back in like August or something.
On the Ecolinguist Discord server.
Yeah.
My memory is not.
There is a lot happening in the voice chats on the Ecolinguist server. Yeah. So.
Det går bra.
Yeah, okay, so you guys now, let's switch to Norwegian.
Ok, så så dette ordet, det er et hjelpemiddel. Det finnes i forskjellige materialer. Det finnes i plastikk, så finnes det i tøy. Det finnes, du har det i bomull. Ja, det finnes mange materialer, og det er som sagt et hjelpemiddel, så du kan bruke for å flytte en ting fra en plass til en annen. Flytte en ting større avstander, eller også mindre avstander. Og så kan du ha ganske mye rart forskjellig oppi denne gjenstanden. Men de er ikke så store, de her gjenstandene. De kan ikke romme veldig mye, men du kan ha litt av hvert oppi disse tingene.
Okej. Jag förstår inget. Du sier noe om plastikk eller hva?
Ja, plastikk eller bomull eller annen type stoff. Men vanligst er at det er laget av plastikk.
Okay. And det har bruket for sier du fløyte?
Ja, flytte. Det brukes for å flytte ting fra en plass til en annen. Det brukes for å flytte noe fra et sted til et annet sted.
En andre den jeg husker ikke hva sier du mer?
Ja, vi kan ikke ha store ting i dette. Store ting går ikke, men mindre ting. Flere mindre ting kan vi ha oppi, og vi bærer det i hånda fra et sted til et annet. Vi har ting oppi.
Okay.
Jeg kan gi noen flere hint. Det er veldig vanlig å ha matvarer oppi. Det er det vanligste. Smør, melk, brød. Det er veldig vanlig å ha oppi. Når vi går på butikken, så bruker vi dette ofte.
Okay, nå sorry, hva kan du gjøre med mat?
Ja, du kan legge maten oppi denne tingen. Det er vanlig å gå på butikken, kjøpe brød, kjøpe melk, og så legger du produktene, varene, nede i denne tingen, og så går du ut av butikken.
Herregud.
Og nå i Norge så må du betale for det. Nå koster det 5 kroner, tror jeg, i Norge, fordi vi prøver å bli kvitt disse tingene, fordi det er ikke miljøvennlig.
Og du bruker det på flytte og kjøpe noe?
Ja, du bruker det når du har kjøpt noe. Fordi hvis du kjøper mye, så er det vanskelig å bære det med seg hjem. Du må legge det i noe. Du må ha det i noe for å ta det med hjem enkelt.
OK, jeg vet hva det ord er, men ikke i norsk.
So if you're not sure about what this word is in Norwegian, you could just repeat all the things that you understood and then say the word at the end in English.
Okay. I'm still learning Norwegian, and I must admit my Norwegian has gotten a little rusty too. But anyway,
try to repeat those hints in Norwegian, yeah, and then the word at the end in English.
Okay, så det er mat. Det har i plastikkmaterial, og du bruker dette på kjøp noe.
Ja.
So what's the word?
I'm gonna say a shopping bag.
Yeah, correct.
Correct. Yay. Great. So that was interesting. So how is shopping bag in Norwegian?
You can say shopping bag is handlepose, but just bag is pose. So I was more looking for the general sense of the word, like a general bag you can put everything inside of. But to give her more hints, I began talking about a shopping bag, the stuff you put in it at the store.
Mm-hmm. Is that what gave it away to you, Riley?
Yeah. In Dutch, I know, like, I knew the word in Dutch, which is tas, tasse, for a bag. Like, I knew that word in Dutch. I just didn't know it in Norwegian.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Korean, there's like multiple words for bag. I mean, it depends on what kind of bag.
Yeah, so this is also very interesting because when I'm thinking about expanding to other language families, I also need to consider that sometimes the words that in European languages would be very easy to translate and they would have a lot of equivalents. In other language families, it's much more complex. It could be much more complex. I think we encountered this problem when we were talking about blankets in Portuguese, and I think it was Portuguese and Romanian episode.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that video.
Yeah, and suddenly you realize, wow, I thought it was such a simple word, but then in every culture, people categorize those everyday items differently, depending on how fluffy they are or what they're used for or whatever. So
absolutely.
So that's interesting. So it's a shopping bag. Someone, I saw some ideas, some answers from Slashtiger. In Swedish is Vaska. How do you read that?
Oh, Veska, I think.
Maybe Veska.
På svensk. I wasn't looking at the chat, but yeah, I mean, and like the complex thing with Korean is that you can have so many words to like one of the things that I find with Korean is you can have so many different words for like just one word in English. And so like when somebody asks me like, what is this in Korean? Sometimes it can be really hard to explain because there's so many words for that particular word in English and they're all the same in English. Yeah.
Ramona says that in German it's eine Tüte.
Oh,
Tüte, which
I
is
did not I did not know that.
yeah. So that's kind of interesting. In Polish, we have the word tyta. For example, it's a cone-shaped bag filled with sweets that kids get on first day of school. In some regions of Poland, so it's for some reason it's called tyta.
Yeah, in Germany they get them too, I think. I've heard from somewhere.
So maybe that's
Yeah.
just something that was transferred from German.
Yeah.
Even Charto says that actually in German you could say Tüte, Tasche, or Beutel. Beutel.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tasha I knew. Yeah, Tasha I knew.
Yeah, so Tasche, it's also entered the Hungarian language because the bag would be Tashko, which is basically a German word that was Hungarized.
Yeah.
We have in the region we have a word similar to tute, but it doesn't mean a bag. It means when something is when something is when a liquid is leaking, then it's called tyte. Det tyter ut. It's going out like of a container or something.
Yeah.
Buidel is older Dutch, apparently. Buidel. Does it ring up any bells in with Norwegian or English?
That word specifically, not really.
No.
Okay, that's good. So that was a good challenge. We don't
Yeah.
have that much that much time left, but I would like to bring at least one more caller in. I don't see anyone from the Slavic language family calling in. I see. Christopher, did you mention something about you also study Latin, right? Or
Yeah, that's right. That's my my education. I studied a master's in Latin at the University of Oslo.
Hey, Norbert, I don't know if you saw earlier in the chat when I just got in, but apparently, Wayne wanted to challenge me in Portuguese.
Okay, so you know what? Let me first of all, I'm going to bring in Moritz because he's calling in and he's tried to call in a couple of times before, so I like to bring him
Yeah.
in. And after we will see how
Okay.
much time we have, and so for now, I'm going to put you guys into the green room, okay? So you won't be visible on the screen. You will be muted as well. So just stay there. I won't be able to hear you, but depending on what's going to happen, you might be able to participate in more challenges today. Let me just let me bring Moritz this time. Hello, Moritz. I can hear you very quietly, though. You're very quiet.
I can try to get a bit.
Maybe you need to increase the volume.
Is this better?
No?
Okay, I'm trying. Maybe if I'm really close to my microphone?
It's still very, very quiet for some reason.
Okay.
Maybe you need to like move the physical.
Really close to my microphone?
It's still very quiet. No, maybe it's better now. Could you say something?
Okay. Test. 1, 2, 3.
No, it's still quiet. Is it on my side? Maybe? Let's see what people say. Hello, hello.
Okay, I have another idea. Maybe like this?
Oh, something. It's getting better.
Yeah? Okay. I'm continuing talking, and you can say stop when it's the right volume. Is
A
this
little bit.
better?
A little bit more.
Okay.
That's too much.
Okay. Okay. Like this? Is this good?
That's a little bit too much. Maybe you can go down a little bit.
Okay. 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 Like this?
Yeah, that's great. Yes. So, Moritz, welcome back to the show. How are you doing? And tell us a little bit about your language journey. What have you been doing with your languages?
Well, yesterday I started Polish, so that's a new thing that I'm trying, my first Slavic language, and also for me personally an interesting road to go down. I'm half Polish, so but I don't basically speak a word of Polish, so it's I'm very curious to learn a little bit more about the language and the culture, so it's a thing I'm really looking forward to. Yeah.
Did you get the Grzegżółka challenge?
No, I think, but I just took a guess, so I was just lucky.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. I didn't know that you're interested in Polish. That's very good. But for today, which would you like to participate in a challenge? Would you like to challenge yourself with one of the languages, or would you like to run a challenge?
I have prepared something, but I'm also open to doing a challenge. However, it's
You have prepared, because I do have one word that you sent through the submission form. So it's not this one. You prepared something else?
I prepared 2 sentences to guess or to decipher, yeah, and the other one is just the one I sent in.
Okay, so maybe we could just challenge you with something. I think that would be a bit easier, because I also want to do the Portuguese challenge if we have more time. So we're going to challenge you. We could challenge you with, you don't speak any Romance languages, do you?
I speak some French.
You speak some French. That's it. Okay, that's good. But is it good? Is it good kind of French, or the worst? Is that what kind of French is it?
It was kind of good. I lived for about a year in France, I focused on Germanic language the last 5 years. So the last 5 years I didn't really spoke active French or didn't really have immersion in the language. So it is quite rusty, I'd say.
Okay, it's quite rusty. So I think you mentioned that you studied some Danish before, right?
Yes, I speak Danish. Yes.
You speak Danish, of course. Yeah, so it will be difficult to find a challenge for you, because French is a particular language of all the Romance languages, because if you speak French, it might not help you as much in understanding other languages. But you know what? Maybe you would be able to understand some Portuguese. So maybe we all could just take part in a Portuguese challenge. So I would be bringing everybody, I suppose, into the show. Let me just think how many people that would be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think we would be able to handle that. So I'm going to bring Wayne. So Wayne, please get ready. Okay, and I'm going to also bring forward Riley and Christopher, and we're all going to switch to this window. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
So we've
hola.
got Wayne. Wayne joined the conversation. We've got Moritz, who speaks a little bit of French. Maybe that's gonna help with the Portuguese challenge. So Wayne, you say that you have a challenge in Portuguese for everybody.
Yeah, so I prepared two. I prepared one in Latin, one in Portuguese. But since Riley's here, I'm gonna do the Portuguese one because I promised that one to her.
Yeah, and actually with Portuguese, we all could take our chances
All
with
right.
it. Even
I'm
Moritz.
gonna I'm gonna send you the thing right now with the Portuguese challenge, because I wrote it out again. So
The text, you mean?
yeah, so it's there. I just sent it to your email.
Okay, that's fine. So we are going to be doing the Portuguese challenge. And what is the challenge then? Is it just a classic word guessing challenge,
Yeah,
or
classic.
is it?
Word guessing.
That's good. So
I'll admit this one might be a bit easier just because I just translated the one that I did in Latin first. So I did the Latin one and then I just translated that one to Portuguese. This one might be a bit easier.
So that's gonna be interesting. So I've got it, but before we're going to see it on the screen, I would like to challenge ourselves with the hearing of the challenge first. Let's listen
Alright.
to it, how it sounds, and you guys can also ask questions to Wayne in one of the Romance languages that you speak. Christopher, you could ask questions in Latin, I suppose. Riley, what Romance languages you speak? You speak some Portuguese, right? So you could ask questions in
Well,
Portuguese.
yeah. I'm learning Portuguese, but it is a bit limited at the moment, but I am slowly improving.
That's good, yes. And Moritz, you can try your French. Good. So let's
Try my Portuguese.
let's go then.
Ok. O que é? É uma pessoa, uma profissão. Esta pessoa interpreta personagens, tanto em peças quanto em filmes. Ela deve memorizar falas para serem ditas durante cenas das peças ou filmes. Essa pessoa pode acabar sendo muito famosa devido aos seus papéis. O que é?
One more time. Otra vez, por favor.
O que é? É uma pessoa, uma profissão. Esta pessoa interpreta personagens, tanto em peças quanto em filmes. Ela deve memorizar falas para serem ditas durante cenas das peças ou filmes. Essa pessoa pode acabar sendo muito famosa devido aos seus papéis. O que é? Podem falar o que vocês entenderam. Mesmo se não sabem o que é, podem falar o que vocês entenderam das pistas que eu dei.
Preguntas? Christopher, you're muted. You have to unmute yourself.
Yes. Salve, Wayne.
Salve!
Salve, cuidagis.
Valeu. Bom, mas embora eu adoraria falar em latim com você agora, eu terei de falar português, então...
Rick. Haik est persona. Haik est...
É uma pessoa, uma profissão, uma pessoa que exerce uma profissão, e nesta profissão ela interpreta personagens.
Uma pessoa de profissão Um.
Hmm.
Te falar.
Ok.
Credo me skire responsum.
Bom, ótimo. Ótimo.
Moritz, palabras? No palabras, preguntas. Any questions?
Ouais, oui, j'ai écouté que c'est une profession de une chose comme ça. Et c'est une chose avec des P dans la fa. Enfin, c'est là, il dit que ouais. Well, my French is really bad.
Yo, my Portuguese is bad too, man.
I haven't done Latin in a while too.
I mean, technically, you can use English.
Wait.
59% Romance. So.
Wayne. Tu falar
Sim.
uma pessoa de profissão e can you repeat the rest?
É uma pessoa que interpreta personagens, tanto em peças quanto em filmes. Esta pessoa, porque ela interpreta personagens, ela deve lembrar falas que são ditas durante cenas nessas peças ou filmes.
Filmes?
Filmes e peças,
Filmes.
mas sim, filmes. Filmes.
Filmes.
Cinematografia.
Okay. I know.
Okay, so everybody has a guess?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start with Moritz because Moritz hasn't said anything. Moritz, what's your guess?
Ouais, je pense. I'm constantly switching to Danish in my head. It's really frustrating. Je pense c'est possible que c'est un acteur d'une chose comme ça.
Rayleigh?
An actor.
An actor. And Christopher?
Yeah, I also think it's an actor.
I also think it's an actor.
Well, it is, so.
Correct. Of course. Yes, I mean, at first, for some reason, I couldn't get it, but when you said it slower, let's have a look at the text. Unfortunately, it's very small.
And just to be clear, the only reason I chose this word, even though it's easy in Portuguese, is just because the Latin word for it is so much different that I wanted to also demonstrate that. But yeah, I ended up doing the Portuguese one, but that was
Yeah, so let's see what's the Latin word for that,
fun. So
Christopher.
I can also put it in the chat just so
I
I
see
can put it in the
that.
chat later.
I think you can say histrio for
Yes.
actor.
Exactly, histrio, because actor
Mhm.
in Latin is just anyone that does anything. It's just a person that does anything. And so an actor, like for a film or a play, is a histrio.
Okay, histrio. Here,
And I
just...
also forgot for a while that persona in Latin means mask. It doesn't mean a person, like
Exactly.
like it does
That was the
in
truth.
modern.
That was the tricky thing. That's what I was going with him, because he said haec
Yeah.
est persona. It was like, you have to remember that persona in Latin means character, and
Yeah.
homo means person.
Yeah, exactly. So
I think what got it for me was the word filmiche. I kind of associated with like the English word, and then you said pessoa de profissão. I'm like, yeah, it has to be an actor.
Yeah, film in Portuguese is exactly the same as the English word filme. So
Yeah.
well, there.
That's what got it for me.
And the Portuguese word is ator, right? Or how do you pronounce it?
Ator, yeah.
Ator, of course.
'Cause
Ator.
we have a rule in Portuguese. We don't always follow it, but we have a rule that if a word ends in a consonant like this, the stress needs to be on the final syllable that has the consonant. So not ator, but ator.
Ator.
Okay.
And what about a woman actor? Do you have a
Atriz.
actriz?
Because we basically just got it exactly from the
Atriz.
Latin, where the tor is a masculine person and trix is a feminine, and we still have that even in English, like actor, actress. So we just preserved that Latin form there.
Yes. So this Latin word for actor is histor, right?
Histrio.
Histrio, right?
Histrio.
It's just here. Does it have any? Does it have anything to do with history?
Oh no! So I did check the etymology of it. We don't know exactly where it came from, but it's probably Etruscan because we know that for some reason I don't really know why, but a lot of words relating to like play or like actors in Latin seem to come from the Etruscan language. Even the word persona means mask, and it comes from the Etruscan language, and so it seems they got a lot of these words from their culture. Maybe they had plays as well. And so that's why. So histrio.
Histrio.
In Korean, you can use in Korean it's pehu, and you can use that word for like any gender. I think it's like a gender neutral word, like or you can use yonein as well, but yonein in Korean is more like a celebrity, I guess, not really an actor.
In
That also is
many European languages, it's actor. Like in Polish, it's actor. In Russian, it's aktier. Aktier. The accent is probably important here
yeah,
as well.
It's
the
completely
reason.
different in Norwegian.
Oh, yeah, I know in the Germanic languages, it's always something to do with like player, like show player.
Yeah, so it's skuespiller in Norwegian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about German and Norwegian? How do you say an actor?
In German, it's a Schauspieler, so also show player or
Show
Schauspieler.
player. Yeah.
And in Frisian, I look it up. I haven't remembered that. It's Schauspelster. So also very similar.
Yeah, yeah. So German does have a tendency of like creating their own words, right? German language and Norwegian probably has the same tradition. In Hungarian, Színész.
Almost like sounds like cinema, like almost related to cinema.
Színész. Scene means color, and Színház is the theater, so it's just like the House of Colors or something like that. So
Yeah.
so it's different. Yeah.
I was gonna say that the reason that the word actor ends up entering these other languages as the word for actor and not like histrio or something is because the verb to act a play is agere, and that related to that is actor. So it's kind of like the idea of someone who does plays. So that's why it got actor and not like histrio,
And there was this very interesting. Yeah, so that's how it's spelled actually from Moritz. Skalsposter. And there was this interesting comment that I saw from Wierzba, P. Wierzba, histrionico. It's an adjective in Spanish. It means someone who behaves in an exaggerated manner. Do you have a word like that in Portuguese, possibly?
I mean, it possibly because this onico ending for like adjectives is very common. So I would imagine there is a word like histrionico, possibly meaning that same thing, like someone who behaves like an actor, always behaves like a caricature. Histrionico.
Yeah. Or I guess what you would call like a drama queen or drama king in English.
Yeah. Also, just as a last thing, because really related to like words like actor, because it's also a fun fact. The word for actor in ancient Greek was the word that now in English is hypocrite. So a hypocrite was an actor, someone who pretends to be what they aren't. So that's how it got here in
Yeah.
English, actor.
That's
Hypocrites.
great. That was a very good word because it was a challenge, but we also had a chance to learn something, a lot about etymology. So that was great. That was great. Yeah, let's see. It's interesting how Romanian uses actor, actricia, but a Romanian has theatrinu, theatrinia from theater.
Oh.
That is interesting because that could point to maybe more like Greek influence, like a Romanian probably has a more Greek type of influence from that. Just a guess, because the
Yeah,
word
but
theater does come from Greek.
But it's also interesting how different etymology could be for the word of actor in different languages. Like in Hungarian, it's more related to, I think, maybe the place where it's where they work. So scene is. And here, in Aromanian, they seem to be following the same logic.
And even in some languages, for example, there are different distinctions between words for like different actors. Because, for example, in English we just say voice actor, but Portuguese has a specific word for voice actor, which is dublador. So a dublador means that you dub, you voice the character, not act it out. So I do find it interesting that some languages also have those distinctions.
Oh, istronico is also used in Italian apparently, but
I
it's
was gonna say,
probably
do you guys have in any of your languages a distinct word for voice actor, or is it just like actor voice?
No, in Norwegian you
I
can
don't.
say dubbar.
Oh, dabba. Okay, dabba.
Dubbar eller stemmeskuespiller, voice actor.
I think in Polish it's like aktor głosowy or something, Norbert?
actor
Correct me if I'm wrong.
głosowy. Yes, that's what came to my mind. I was trying to think of the word related to dubbing, but we don't have that. No, it will be actor
German.
głosowy. Same in German.
Dabber.
In German, there is Synchronsprecher, so synchron speaker. So because they are speaking at the same time.
That's a fun one. So dabber is also-
Synchron speaker. Yeah, and dubbing is big in Germany, from what I've heard.
Oh yeah, dubbing is also massive in Brazil, like massive.
I don't think there's a specific word for that in Korean, as far as I know, but I could maybe ask or research it later.
I do know that in Japanese, for example, there's seiyu, and that is made of like Chinese characters. So maybe the Korean also has one made of like
It
hanja.
might be. But remember, we don't. Well, I remember we don't use hanja anymore. So, yeah.
No. What I meant is that you guys maybe still have the word that you got from Chinese. Like seiyu, like actor or voice.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. But yeah, I could maybe ask about it.
Yeah.
In Czech, there's an interesting word here, herec or herečka. It's a word for an actor, and from what I can tell, it's something like a player, maybe. It
yeah, that
has
makes
something
sense,
to do with hra, which is a play.
Yeah. So basically, the idea of just acting out, playing out. Even the word "play" itself in English is just
A player, like to me, like we have the Polish word gracz. Gracz would be a player, so a player in a game or a football player, for example.
Yeah. It's funny because that idea in English, in Portuguese, got completely separated. Our word for player nowadays is really just for games. We say jogador, but that's just player of games, no longer player of acting.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. That's great. So I think we don't really have anyone, maybe except Christopher, who would be able to do the Frisian challenge because it's a bit too difficult. So maybe we could leave it for another episode because I will have to start wrapping this show up. But
Yeah.
that was very interesting. Thank you very much for all of you who are watching and all of you who called in. And thank you for being patient, because sometimes you have to wait on the line for a little bit. For
Yeah,
this
no
to
problem.
happen.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we've managed to have a good show. So same time next week, I suppose. That's what's gonna happen. So I wish you all a very good evening, guys.
Yeah, you too.
I'm going to switch to this screen. Thank you very much for being here, hanging out. Same time next week. And remember that you can submit your challenges meanwhile, or you can prepare your challenges in advance, so you can call in and run them live during the stream. Good evening. Take care. See you later.